Hi, and welcome to my life in cool, not as bright right now because it's getting into the evening. It's almost 8 o'clock. Central Texas, yeah. Didn't have a whole lot of excitement today. I did think how long it had been since I'd been on video games. So I watched the grandson play Halo for a little while, and then I got on World of Warcraft. It was brain day. But that was after we'd done something else. Loki saw something he had to have. He's been having some lawnmower problems. The riding mowers are non-functional at the moment. And the other mowers are not in much better shape. And then the last time he pull started one, he broke cord or strap or whatever it has on that model. So it's like, I have to work all day, but I need this and this. That's where it's at. So, teenager and I let him drive. I mean, he's got to have more hours driving, and today kind of proved it. But off we go to Hutto. That's a little bit of a trip. And he was thinking it would be go this way and that way and down the tollway and on the 79. It's like, that's a headache and too much traffic. We got over to Home Depot in Hutto, Texas, and we got a new Ryobi lawnmower. And that works because it'll use the same batteries as the weed eater. And now we have 3 batteries. So hopefully the rest of the yard gets done this weekend. Because it's pretty bad back there by the non-working mowers. Sit down, bub. Somebody's walking their doggy. Come over here. Come here. Can't have you charging off the deck, challenging something 10 times your size. Hey, come here. You're my boy. You stay with me and be safe and don't look at the other dog. And that's a good-looking dog. We don't want you bothering him. I know. Here, I'll pick you up. And Piranha can sit up here with Mama. Yeah. Don't knock my water bottle over. Anyway, teenager got to do the driving and the heavy lifting. And I got him what will pass for breakfast because he had to get out of bed to do this at Panda Express. He likes the fast food version of Chinese food. That's okay. He's eating chicken and shrimp and noodles. Hey, he might not need the noodles, but you know what? Who cares? His mama buys that stuff for him all the time. What doggy? Yeah, you saw where that other dog was walking. You need to stay right here for a minute. Little dogs get hurt when they tangle with big dogs. And you as a Chihuahua, you don't have a lot of self-control. Speaking of, I need to go get him some seconds for his dinner. He was at his bowl a minute ago and I could hear sloppy noises. I was like, sounds like a dog is eating something. So I checked it as we came out, and sure enough, dog was eating his dinner. He's eating his dinner instead of mine because we're fasting. Just me and Loki, the carnivores. Loki needs a jump start. And for me, it tends to straighten out my guts after I've been eating things I shouldn't have been having on that vacation. and I was nice to share my element with him. He doesn't like the plain element. I said, okay, I'll get you some of the flavored ones. I placed an order today. If you don't buy that stuff, but maybe you follow Bill Knott up in Alaska, you can go to his videos and do the more info and scroll down it a little ways and get a link there, and it'll help him. He hasn't worked in a long time. Hard to be a shut-in and have a full-time job that takes care of things. I mean, his family's taking care of him. He's on privately owned land. He should be, you would think he'd be okay. His family's all there. But if he can make a little bit of what his expenses are, that's for the best. So I don't mind buying that way. I also am going to try another of the Cerule products. I've been using the Stem Enhance Ultra and the Plasma Flow for probably a year. If not almost exactly a year, because I don't know when Bob started them. I heard about them from semi-retired Bob. Everybody hears about it somewhere, right? But, yeah, the collagen drink powder in a little packet that you tear open and add to water, just like the element. With my knee still bugging me, and lately my wrist is still bugging me. I packed KT tapes all over it today. And it's supporting the base of the thumb and the radial side of the wrist. The thumb hurts above the ulna, which is, if you follow the line of the ulna up, then you come to the base of the thumb. Now, your arm twists on its own axis, and the radius has a shape to it that allows it not to bind up against the ulna. Or I might be wrong. I might have the positions of them turned around. But considering so many blocks are this way, and you turn the thumb side of your arm and wrist toward the strike you might be blocking, I think that might be the ulna. I'll have to look at it later and see. I know if I was picking out tib-fib on a skeleton, tib's the big one, fibula's the small one. Sorry, tibula and fibula. And the ulna and radius are the two bones in the outer arm, lower arm, whatever you want to call it. Because you've got the humerus up top. That one doesn't bother me, except that my shoulder occasionally clicks and pops. Not as bad as my knee. My knee is a nightmare. It's always creaking and popping. The left knee, I've got that kind of sorted out. It's working out pretty good. My right knee, not so much. And the right knee, of course, is where you've got the femur coming down and sitting on top of the tib-fib with the patella in front to prevent your knee from bending the wrong direction. Now, your elbow doesn't have anything that wonderful. Your elbow's got your humerus coming down to it, and the radius and ulna coming from that to your hand. And, of course, they're easy to break. They're smaller than the femur and the humerus. Okay, buddy, go ahead. Go ahead, you want to go potty? Yeah, it's almost dark. Yeah, that's the evening sky up above me. Getting some lavender, a little bit of clouds over there in the west. Go ahead, buddy. The doggy isn't there now. You can go down. You're a good boy. we had such a time yesterday. A friend of ours with a horrendous shoulder injury had a ride lined up to get him halfway to Houston. Sounds like a bad country song, don't it? But anyway, that person's mom is in the hospital. So it's just as well if he stays by his mom. And so we stepped in to take him to the same meeting point at hopefully the same time. And that didn't happen. We were coming up to Brenham, Texas, which is, it's a town. It's where all that really good Bluebell ice cream is made that I haven't been eating. And they had 3 accidents in a row. I don't know if it was all chain reaction or if trying to get around them was a little bit of a headache and caused the next one and the next one. But 3 accidents. And one of those was a semi-truck. A big rig, whatever you want to call it. Long haul vehicle. And it was messed up enough to lose diesel fuel all over the road. And the hood, different kinds of hoods go different directions, right? But it wouldn't sit down where it was supposed to sit. You gotta crumple a big truck a little bit to make things not close. Fortunately, the cab looked okay as far as that goes. So I was just looking at it thinking that's a survivable accident. I don't know about the smaller vehicles that were over there. But while we were in the cluster of traffic waiting our turn to get by, I mean, 1 fire truck and an ambulance and a law enforcement vehicle came past us. And later a small car came past us up the emergency lane, of course, the shoulder. You're not supposed to do that unless you expect that you can be of service at the accident. Because the last thing they need at any place where 6 vehicles have been disabled and people are being loaded into ambulances is somebody useless getting in the way. But anyway, they got past us a little ways and they realized that they were going to be in the way and could possibly get a ticket for it. And then they started backing up carefully, going back toward where they had come from. A little while after that, somebody in a pickup truck goes up the shoulder. They go all the way to the scene. Might have been an off-duty sheriff's officer or highway patrol. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Not my business. But they got sent to do something. I don't know what. Again, not my business. And then some vehicles started going, too, with the lights on top going, you know. You gotta have the lights and be all official and stuff. Go ahead, puppy. No cat chasing, no chicken chasing, just go down there and water the cut-off weeds. Go ahead. I think he wants me to come sit on a step. I don't really want to because my knee is still popping. Oh, the music I don't care to listen to is playing. And I've got to keep track of him because somebody ordered his dog food to be delivered. You ready to go in the house? Yeah, what a culture we live in. We can order groceries to be delivered. We can order dog food to be delivered. We can make a phone call to talk to a doctor. Okay, but as long as that car is right there, you're going to sit right here. We were expecting you later. I'm holding on to him. He won't get you. Thank you.
Picture.
Yes. Thank you. No. No, he brought your food. You be a good boy. nice young delivery man has brought the food. No, he's in his car, but you're going to let him pull away because I don't want you under his tires. There we go. Anyway, I was talking about this accident. When we we were pretty far forward in that mess. Not in the accidents, thank goodness, but so when things started moving again, we were able to take our friend into Brenham and meet his family at the desired meeting point. Okay, buddy, you can go. Go. Oh, he just wants me to bring the food in and feed him. It's the same flavor as the stuff you ate earlier. It's meat. You need to pee? Do you need to pee? I don't know. I told him no enough times. Now he's not going down there. Anyway, we got our friend there, and then we headed back out. And then the adventure started. There was still a huge stench of diesel oil all over the road when we went back, traveling west to get back to the greater Austin area. And then, for whatever reason, he had maps open before we got in the truck and selected the directions. His end point, is getting back to home. Make sure you don't miss any pitch black night. And maps tells him to turn north on this little side road. And we're thinking it'll just take us around Elgin. I'm okay with that. I mean, I would have preferred to stay on 290, but it was Adventure Day. So off we went into the darkness. The darkness did not win, but it was quite a headache. Little winding roads, just almost all the way home. And then we finally got to Taylor, and we just took the easiest way in and came up 95 to get to a road that's still pitch black and head home. So that was interesting. And then today, the new lawnmower. Do you need to go potty? Puppy, go side? I'm trying. He's like, no, I got told no earlier. I'll move this box up a bit so I don't forget it. There you go. You want to smell that? That's your puppy supper. You want out? Go side? I think if I go down the remaining steps, he will go with me. Come on, puppy dog. Come on. Yeah, now he's got to visit his patch of weeds. The Amazon driver did not pee on your weeds, I promise. Crazy dog. Better? Yep, that's better. You stay close. He's looking for all his taller weeds that he would look for, but they've all been mowed down. Poor puppy, all the weeds got mowed down. And you're gonna come back up here again, aren't you? Okay, that's what's all been going on in my neck of the woods. There's some kids playing soccer and some neighbors playing really loud music. So I'm going to go inside and put a headset on my head and listen to some really good either interviews or just talks by assorted various carnivore YouTubers. I might even listen to some music. I have some downloads on my phone, things of that nature. If I want the really weird stuff, I can hit up the kids, because teenagers can be reliably counted on to have some odd music. And the dog. Where you at, pup? There you... Yeah, he's standing behind me, looking up at me. Like, smile at me, mama. Yeah, buddy, you're being a good boy. You kept the dangerous delivery man away from mama. That's a good reason not to be overly hyper about having a dog all the time. Although, I would seriously have something that weighs 70 or 80 pounds or more again if I had any plans to move out in the middle of nowhere where Bob's gonna move. Shout out semi-retired Bob. And if I had livestock like Dr. Barry has, I would have a livestock guardian dog. But you can't just do guardian dogs. If you're going to actively herd them or enter them in field competitions for working dogs, then you've got to have the ones that you work, they herd the animals. Guardian dogs are gigantic beasts that will take on wool. You get up in the morning, you got 3 coyotes in the pasture. You go throw the coyotes on the fence so that the scent will travel better and warn their kind, or warn other coyotes that their kind goes here to die. People might not like the sound of that, but sometimes that's how things have to be. They will kill wolves, depending where you are and what the threats are. Now, even small dogs will chase a bear and harass it until it will just wander off and find some place that's a lot quieter and nicer to be a bear. Back into the woods with you. Go, find some berries. Eat a mouse, whatever. But, foxes will usually stay away from guardian dogs. Guardian dogs and herd dogs will both clear out raccoons, as far as I know. Everybody needs something to do, right? But that's all the excitement I've got going on right now. I have to figure out how much of Loki's fast I can participate, because I don't have as much to lose as I used to. But I do want to get to the point that I have lost 100 pounds. Now, if anyone does not know who this is, the light bulb is over there behind me. I'm to be interviewed by Dave Mack on Thursday. I was making some notes. Hopefully I've got some useful information together. Part of it's going to be my carnivore journey, and part of it's going to be my health journey. I started doing some of the weirdest exercises you've ever seen for my knees a long time ago. You put a weight on your ankle and you sit on something tall enough to let your lower leg swing. So ankle weights are easy to find. How about that? And you can get them soft. You can get them so that they're built kind of like a weighted vest. But you get a small or medium or heavier ankle weight. If you're trying to help, if you're older and frail and have really skinny ankles, you may only want 1 pound of weight. That might be enough to do the trick. But you sit so that, yeah, I'm shifting my seat here. You sit so that you can twitch your feet, you know, all that fidgeting you're not supposed to do when you're sitting on church and you're so little that your feet just naturally swing a little. You've been told not to just fidget and swing your feet all the time. But you get, if you've got problems with one ankle, you can just do one. If you've got problems with both ankles, well, the weights usually come as a set of 2. You can do both. And you sit and you just have a very fidgety little swing for about 10 minutes. Now, the cartilage in your knee is not vascular. I'll admit that. And people act like it will never heal. Every doctor you speak to will tell you this is the reason for knee replacements. That stuff don't heal. It's like having a piece of Tupperware on the end of the bone. Well, some people, if they're getting the nutrients they need and taking care of their body and not making things worse, sometimes they can get it to heal. What the weight does is provide traction. And it may only be 1/4 of a millimeter more space in the joint than usual. It may be a whole millimeter. I don't know. I do know that the knee is a capsule. It has a fibrous pocket around it filled with synovial fluid. It ain't for looks. When you cause this traction to happen and the movement, you're allowing this synovial fluid, which is a superfiltrate of your own blood, to get in where it's needed. And that will provide nourishment to this supposedly irreparable bit of tissue. And that was really all I had to start working with to get my left knee to where it heals up. Now, I don't know that the stem cells I've been doing my best to boost are helping any, but my knee still pops and hurts. It creaks when I get up. It aches. That's fine. I've still got the weights, and I'll keep taking the things I take. And maybe, I give it a long enough time, my right knee will feel better too. I'm hopeful. If everything I've done has done so much good for the left knee, maybe it'll do some good for the right knee. Maybe it will. So, and then I don't really know what else to do about the base of the thumb and the wrist. Lots of ache. But it's Easter weekend, y'all. I think I might be making some deviled eggs for my grandchildren. I might put some ham on for their dinner on Sunday. I don't know. Life continues. Now, y'all need to do what you need to do. Don't cause pileups on the freeway. Don't be in pileups in the freeway. Don't be in chain reaction pileups on the freeway. But if you get a chance to go to Brenham and tour the Bluebell ice cream place, you want to do that on a day when you're not staying on diet or something. You know, just take your family, take kids, let them sample flavors that you won't see in the regular grocery stores. My favorite Bluebell product ever had to have been cherry amaretto cordial. So good. I have not seen it in a very long time. I would break diet for that. But I would do it with malice aforethought and with the intent to thoroughly enjoy it. I might even put club soda and make a float out of it. I don't know. Ooh, some pomegranate syrup and some club soda and 2 scoops of cherry amaretto cordial. That would be an excellent float. I'm not where I need to be if I'm still thinking how to assemble a dessert. I don't need dessert. I don't even need a fortune cookie. I just need everybody to be okay, because that's a big grandma thing. So get out there and be feral humans. Take care. Bye-bye.